Welcome back, everybody on the internet, and welcome to round two of this evening. It was a close call, but we got on the plane in time and we have officially made it successfully to the UK from Japan. Of course, my name is Mikey. I'm Benny. No introductions are needed, as you saw us less than 15 minutes ago. But we are here to now moving on from New Japan Dominion, and the Velvet Riot is here to talk about some Eve Pro Wrestling, specifically Eve 150, History Makers and Rule Breakers. Man, I'm excited. The show was bananas. It was so good. I'm excited to talk about it, Benny.
So am I. What a great show.
Oh
All
my
hits, no
goodness.
misses.
Absolutely. And if y'all are wanting to see what we're talking about for a pretty decent price of $7.99, I believe it's $7.99. I could be exactly wrong, but it is less than $10, y'all. Less than $10. Y'all can purchase a subscription to Eve's YouTube, and you can watch all these shows live.
Yeah, it's totally worth the price, and you get the back catalog, which I just mentioned before we got live here. Has pretty much every single great uh, women's wrestler for the past 15 years that came from Europe or the UK or Northern Ireland. Um, so
All over the country of Europe.
yes.
Oh, man, I'm excited. Listen, I love me some professional wrestling. Benny and I love some professional wrestling. But Eve has become a special place in our little hearts to talk about. And I am super excited to get into all of that. So let's not waste time here. We are going to talk about Eve 150, History Makers, Rule Breakers. And what better way to start off the show than with our Eve women's our Eve championship, not women's champion, just Eve championship, man. I was just like, yo, we're starting out with this one. All right. So this is gonna be good. So of course we have the challenger, Miss Alexis Falcon. And the champion is, of course, is our lovable Session Moth Martina, or Session Moth for short. First of all, I have to talk. We got to talk about this intro video from Alexis Falcon. She gave us a fairy tale, like storybook read aloud moment before she made her entrance. And I really love that she really is leaning into like the Disney esque tropes that we see from Disney in her character. She literally is Cruella DeVille, and I love her for it. And then, of course, Sesha Both is our lovable party girl who we love dearly and put on an absolute clinic against Rio to win this Eve championship back at Wrestle Queendom earlier this year. Um, this was fun. I love Alexis Falcon. I love Session Moth, and I thought this was a really fun opener. And it was really cool. I like this one. This was fun for sure.
Oh, definitely. And I'm happy that Session Moth found somebody to babysit all 350 kids, so she could be here tonight. Um, that song never gets old, man. Like every time we touch, oh man,
Good old
Alexis
Euro
Falcon
pop,
is
I
so
swear.
yeah, right. Uh, oh man, that exploding neckbreaker that Alexis Falcon hit was so smooth, man, so great. And uh yeah, they're like Alexis Falcon like at one point like exposed the turnbuckle, and it came back to bite her later on in the match when Session Moth like hit a spear in the corner, and then I believe hit a Jaeger bomb. for the win. And for a match that was pretty much set up at the end of um, Wrestle Queen 8, this one delivered for sure. And who says that the championship match has to go on last?
If anything, I feel like what Eve, at least in the little bit that I've gotten to see this whole year, since Wrestle Kingdom, I feel like Eve does a really good job of setting up like, hey, so there's going to be lots of chapters, or Eve doesn't call them chapters, but they're numerical entries, is what I'm going to call it. But they're like, there's going to be a whole bunch of these number entries coming up this year. So we're going to set some stuff up, and that is okay. And I love that. Honestly, I love that this opened it up. One, to prove that point that the championship match doesn't need to be the main event all the time, but it still continues to tell the story because Session Moth now, after work like previously to Wrestle Queendom, busting her tail to get to that championship and winning that in order to help, which is great. Um, but yeah, so I love this. This was a lot of fun, and what a way to open the show. But you only go up from here because this was a fun match. This was a good match, but man, we got lots of other stuff coming up. So let's just get into it, right? So match number 2 was a tag team match, which I love to see. Of course, this is Night Sky, which is Violet Knight and Sky Smithson. Um, I love Night Sky so much. They've become one of my favorite tag teams right here in Eve, and just individually they're great. But we have Night Sky taking on the Relentless All Star, which is Rhiannon Jade and Ruby Manitoba. Um, this was a really fun tag team match. I really did. And of course, this was more so because Night Sky is still very upset about what went down of them not being able to capture the Eve Tag Team Championships after the ref caught them cheating on the monitor in the arena, which was really fun to see. Like the ref actually being smart in the story of the whole match. Um, this was another fun one. And again, this just continues to show how ruthless that Night Sky can be. Like, man, these girls don't know any other level, but we gonna beat you up. Like, honestly,
Mm.
the Relentless All Stars, bless their hearts, they really did put their best foot forward, and this was back and forth. But man, Night Sky just obliterated them at the end. Like, dang, you girls tried. You tried you tried, and I appreciate your effort. But dang, Night Sky just,
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite outings for Night Sky because they sort of just smothered the Relentless All Stars here. And like any time that like the Relentless All Stars would seem to be getting a leg up, uh, Night Sky would just cut them off. There was one point where uh, one of the Relentless All Stars was like crawling towards a corner, and she just almost got there, and uh, Violet Knight goes around the corner and takes her off the apron, right? And no, it tries to take her off the apron, and then she kicks her off, and they finally get the hot tag, and then just brainbuster with a claymore 1 2 3. What a great finisher that is! Like talk about almost like chasing the dragon by Red Dragon, but just a 1 up on it. I love it.
it's a really fun story to tell because Night Sky definitely wants to get back to those tag team championships, and so they're mad. And so, what better way to show that they're angry than to beat up another tag team, which is really fun to see. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where Night Sky goes next in our Eve. Numbered entries is going to be some good stuff. But let's keep going because again, first 2 matches, fun, fantastic, really fun start. From here on out, though, starting with this match, this is where everything goes bananas. So let's talk about this. So this is a open challenge that was made by Molly Spartan, and Molly put leading into this show, it was one of the funniest things to see because Eve started doing like the countdown numbers and all that stuff, like 3 days, 2 days. And then Molly cuts a promo and posts it on the social media. It's like, we ain't doing this countdown stuff. I was like, I'm just gonna let y'all know. Here's what it is. I have an open challenge. Whoever wants to step up and fight me is great. But then we come to find out as we get closer to the show that the opponent for Molly Spartan is a returning former WWE title holder. And I'm just sitting here, I'm like, there's only like three possibilities. So I was just like, what is about to happen? So I want to talk about what first happened though, because Molly Spartan makes her way into the ring, and then the familiar Titantron entrance for Alba Fire plays, but instead of Alba Fire, it's Abby Fire. So Abby, who still can't get a job, she comes out, and I was just like, yes, Abby, you get one of these, girl. Listen, I love to be entertained in
Hmm.
wrestling, and I was entertained with Molly versus Abby Fire for like the 5 minutes that we got of it. So I want to start there.
Yeah. What? I love this. Like, I like a good false start, and uh, Abby is like the perfect person to do this with. Like, she won me over instantly when I started watching. Very much like a little Spike Dudley like uh, type of character, and uh, she's just really really great and really adaptable to any type of comedy. I love. I can't say enough great things about Abby or Abby Fire in this instance.
Abby, I love you so much, girl. You're fantastic. So Molly Smarton goes up and lifts Abby to basically throw her across the ring, but then the lights go out. And I'm just like, all right, hold up. Let's see what happens. Oh my gosh. Okay. I love this girl so much. I've become such a big fan of her since NXT UK. But the lights go out, Benny, and then I'm just like, oh boy, what's about to happen? Who about to come out? And then of course we get the fire entrance. I was like, okay, who's about to come out? And then when I see the familiar three words that make up her name, I lost my mind. I might have cried a little bit. I was yelling at my computer screen. But the lights go out, the Titantron plays, and we get the return of Miss Kaylee Ray. I'm just like, oh my gosh, UK wrestling royalty has returned to Eve. Oh my gosh, I love Kaylee Ray so much. So that return, like the crowd was there for it. I was here for it. I was mess. I'm so happy to see Kaylee Ray back on wrestling in general. Like, yes.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I really liked that Jetta, who was the usual commentator, and Nina Samuels, who's now on commentary as well, uh, were just gushing over their friend being back, and you could literally hear them choking up a
It was
couple
a
occasions.
beautiful human moment, man. And when it said Kaylee Ray, because then I was like, let me do my research real quick because I was like, I didn't have to go far because Kaylee Ray was interviewed and she's like, oh yeah, I returned to Eve and I could because I didn't have a no compete clause. Like my contract came up
Mm.
and we decided, me and WWE decided not to renew it. So she had no non compete. So she can go back wrestling because it's not like she was let out of her contract. Like it expired because it was at the end of the deal and she didn't resign. So she didn't have that. So that's why she was able to return to Eve 150. And I am so happy she did because then we got Molly Spartan versus Kaylee Ray. And ooh,
Oh
this
man,
match, this match was ooh.
I loved. Yeah, she won me over in one match. So, Um, that swanton bomb, she got every last bit of it, and well, that is to say, like I've actually gone back and watched some of her stuff in, on the Eve channel, specifically her last match with Piper Niven, because hey, it's always good to go back and watch older stuff, you know. And uh, what was I gonna say? This was a great match. Like Molly Spartan, as I said last time, the last show, that I think she was out for a while when I showed up, so I hadn't really seen her, but I've like seen her face. You know, like she was like still doing like she's still cutting promos and stuff. And man, this girl can go. And she even got a shining endorsement on Double or Nothing because Mick Foley was wearing her one of her shirts. So let's go.
Yes, listen, you know you've made it in the wrestling world when Mick Foley like wears your shirt, man. Like
Mm.
you got, oh man, you gotta love it. So it's good stuff all around. It is, oh man, it is so much fun. But yeah, and shout out to Molly Spartan too, man. Like this was a banging match from both of them. She sold really well for Kaylee Ray in her return to Eve, and yeah, I love this match. Kaylee Ray wins. We're gonna see more of her at the end of the show because it sets some stuff up for Eve 151 coming up here very shortly. So this is gonna be a good time. But yeah, let's yeah, this match ruled. So again, this match and everything afterwards, it just went buck wilds.
Man.
Match of the night, match of the year, like that is all the like Porky Pig out here in Looney Tunes, like that's all, folks. Like for real, like
I believe that's all, folks. Oh
I
man.
am losing my mind over here because listen, I went back and I watched their first encounter, and that first encounter was insane. And I was like, okay, how we gonna do it? Holy yes! Oh my gosh. Okay, let me set this up and then we can gush over it because I know you got things to say about this match too, and we loved it. So this is for the Eve Tag Team Championships. This is the champions Lally, which is Lana Austin, and Holly Barlow taking on probably one of my favorite tag team names to say, but in French art. And of course, French art is Corey Zero and JGU, which shout out to JGU. She and Stat Daddy are about to go ham in France in July. That's going to be crazy. So, okay, I set up the teams. Honestly, this is in contention to be one of my tag team matches of the year, like across gender, company, like oh my gosh, man. Like Lolly is fantastic, but French art, man, like I need listen, French art, ooh, Corey and JGU, yes, just absolute yes. And I need people to be on the lookout for French art because oh my gosh, they are good. Plus, I'm always looking for we need more French representation in wrestling, honestly. Like this match was everything. Oh my goodness, I didn't take any notes, and I can't put and articulate in enough words in the English language to talk about how special and amazing this match was. They topped themselves from their first encounter. Like, oh my gosh, they over delivered, and I was here for it.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Like the first match was already on my matches of the year list. This one just shot up to the top of the match of the year list because, let's be honest, uh, women's tag team wrestling is sort of in the dump right now, right? And uh, but it's matches like this that you give you hope that things could improve, because this was fantastic. regardless of gender, this was one of the best tag team matches I'd say of the year so far, with no hyperbole either.
No, literally, these two teams, these four women showed up and showed out. Like, holy crap, man!
It,
Like, they're just like, oh, y'all want a match, right? Bam.
yeah, and like, what was it like? Oh, what's his name? Corey Zero, doing the like Styles Clash setup, but then doing a power bomb. I was like, I didn't even know that was possible. like,
Oh my gosh, Rennie! Like, they all put it on the line. Honestly, I was just like, I have to. This is on the short list of just tag team matches and just my favorite matches in general this year. Like, I don't even know, man. And to make it even better, like French Art finally do it. They bring Lali's 380 plus day championship reign to an end. And French Art are your new Eve tag team champions and well deserved. So I'm
yeah,
excited to see Corey Zero and JGU just fight everybody here in Eve again. Like, let's go.
yeah, not well earned. But you know, not well earned. One, well earned, right? Because they cheated like three times at the end there. So boo to you. Boo the bad guy, right? What was it like? There was speaking of booing the bad guy. There was one time where like the French Art had thrown Lally out to the floor and told everybody to move, get out of the way. They roll back in the ring. They hit the ropes. Nope. Double corners. Boo! Psych out. I love it so much, man. Uh,
Man, this match was everything. Like, oh my gosh. Please, when we say like for less than $10, you can get all the catalog of Eve. This is one of the matches on Eve 150. Well, watch the whole show because the whole show is banging. But
yeah.
this match in particular was oh it was so good. Like,
No, it's a
man,
double stomp to break up the pin, like
yes.
injuring her own partner in the mayhem. Like, oh my god.
Like,
Oh,
oh my
so good.
goodness, man. Like, yes. French are new Eve tag team champions, and I am so excited. Like, man, th- they were smart to put the intermission after this match. Like, they were so smart because I was like, I need like 10 minutes to calm down because otherwise I'm not gonna give the next couple of matches the attentions that they deserve because every match deserves my attention. But man, if this was the main event, I was like, we could go home. This was a great show. Like, this was fantastic. We still got 3 matches to go. And again, I'm very happy that they put the intermission after this one, gave myself to reset. And then we jumped into the second half of the show, starting off with this really fun 3-way match. This, of course, sees Lucy Sky, Miss Melissa Fierce, and Emerson Jane, which is nice to see her be cleared from injury or whatever she was dealing with for the last couple of shows. And this was just a fun 3-way. Again, Melissa Fierce is somebody who I've really been enjoying too. She was on this show, and then she was just recently also on the Progress show, um, in which she took on Raven Lay, which was a really fun match as well at Wonder Brawl this past weekend. Um, Lucy Sky is great, just being an absolute bulldozer and just destroying these girls. And Emerson Jane is a lot of fun too. She is the fan favorite between these three. I mean, everyone loves Melissa, but Emerson Jane is the crowd favorite. And this was just a fun triple threat match, like a showcase of what these three can do. And you know what? Emerson Jane wins after the match. She talks about how she's officially here to stay and even. I was like, yes, Emerson Jane, we love to hear that, girl.
Yeah, this match was amazing. Like, to be honest with you, I missed the part where it was an elimination. At the beginning.
I missed that too. I was like, hold up, wait a minute. And then I had to, I was like, oh, okay, that makes more sense now.
Like, I still rolled with it. I wasn't upset or anything. Because it was like, well, stuff's still going, so it's not that confusing. So uh, but like that Avalanche Michinoku driver, oh my god! And usually, we hear the phrase "I am the table." This time it was "I am the chair" because that chair went into business for itself like 3 times. Oh man.
It's revenge of the inanimate objects. The furniture was like, we have had enough.
Yeah, right.
Oh
And then
man, but
like
yeah.
at the end we get the announcement that it's gonna be Emerson Jane versus Sky Blue at the next Eve show.
That match gonna rule.
I imagine it's gonna get pretty hardcore.
Seriously. I'm like, listen, Sky has entered her deathmatch era. Like, sir, coming out and being probably like the most excited from blood and for the first ever women's blood and guts. Like she is in her deathmatch era. She's like, yeah, I'll make myself bleed. Watch and sneeze, and she sneeze. She's almost she will. She's like, I will earn my way up the ladder. I will become the John Moxley of the women's division, where I sneeze and I bleed. Like,
Yeah, right. And like it's like, Dan, if you listen to this, don't allow her a lighter. Don't give her a lighter.
she will set things on fire, and it's scary but fantastic.
Right.
But yeah, Emerson Jane wins. This was a fun triple threat. And so we got 2 matches left to talk about, right? And so this first one, the semi-main event, like the same reaction I had for the tag team championship match. I'm like, good golly, Miss Molly. Like, oh my goodness. They brutalized each other. Rio versus Alice Inc. just because they can fight. Like, yes, ma'am. Alice, you are fantastic. You're becoming one of my favorites. And Rio, you are the baddest girl in the game. Just saying. Oh my goodness. I really like this match. I really, really did. Holy Toledo. And this is one of the matches that went to almost to the whole time limit, which was crazy. I was like, yes.
Yeah, it was great. Like that's how you work the clock, right? And Alice Inc. really showed me a lot in this one. Like she was a great baby face in peril, and I like the uh, Suzuki armbar over the in the corner. Like Riho, like did like a nasty capture suplex, right? And I love the fact that they were like trading leg lariats at the beginning, like because like Rio's like a let's just say stocky woman, and so you wouldn't figure her to be that nimble, but she she can get off her feet, like uh like like she uses the muscle buster, and like man, if there was ever a perfect person to be using a muscle buster, it's Rio. Like she's legit, man. Uh,
I think the coolest thing about Rio is I feel like Rio is one of those women's wrestlers who I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if she continues the way that she does, she will find herself in one of these major companies. I say in the next 2, 3 years. I think Rio is the next one up. I'm gonna be so for real. I think because of how dominant and how amazing and just her aesthetic and her wrestling style is, I see her next one up if she chooses to. Who knows? She might want to stay only in the UK wrestling scene. But I think if she decides to go to a major company, I honestly see her being signed in like the next 2, 3 years. Honestly, like Maybe sooner than that. Who knows?
Yeah, I would say sooner than that because she's ready now, in my opinion. She's ready now. But that also takes a lot of work and stuff like
Hmm.
that. So like,
So yeah, I am
uh,
here for whatever Rio wants to do. Honestly.
yeah, I mean as well. Anything, anywhere she wants to go, I'll follow because she is absolutely amazing.
Now, I don't know, just dream booking because I know people are like, you can't dream book because it's always bad. But because AEW is sending some of their girls over here, and we have seen some of their folks be here, like we've seen Alex Windsor and Nyla, and we're going to be seeing Sky Blue coming up here at Eve 151. Harley Cameron, Willow, Chris. Like, I'm just like, I don't know how this match would go, but because of their similar styles, and just because I'm a masochist and I want to see violence, can we get an Alice Inc. versus Marina Shafir match? Like, I would love that
Ooh.
match.
Yeah, I was actually thinking like Alice Inc. versus Janai Kai
Oh
would
my
be
gosh,
pretty cool too.
yes. Just I the AEW girls can fight with the Eve girls, and I would be here for it. But hey, you know what? We got Eve versus the World 2 coming up in August. Like, so man, I'm excited to see what kind of matchups we get for that. But this
Mm.
match almost goes to the time limit. Rio is able to put away Alice Inc. But man, what a back and forth between these two. And I smell a rivalry and I'm here for it. I'm just like,
I mean, like
please.
in a perfect world, right? Riho would be the one to take the ROH World Title off of Athena.
Please.
That's in a
Yes.
perfect world.
We don't live in a perfect world, but that you know what? We are here for the ride. But yeah,
Yep.
even just in general, like I want to see a Rio versus Athena match, just period. Like, just
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
them fight. Feel like, please, yes, we'll be here for it. But again, Rio picks up the win over Alice Inc. And Benny, we've reached the main event. Oh my gosh, yes. Them girls kicked each other into oblivion. Like, ooh. Ah, so for the Eve International Championship, Chris Statlander, Stat Daddy over here, taking on Miyu Yamashita. Miyu won the tournament that was a part of Eve versus TJPW 2 and earned the right to face Chris here at Eve 150. And this match did not disappoint. My goodness. Just Chris is out here just having banging matches around the world. Like, she is collecting them stamps. And man, this was crazy. I was just like, oh, there's gonna be bruises in the morning, y'all. There's gonna be bruises in the morning. Oh my goodness, Benny. This main event ruled.
Lordy Lou. Where do we start? Uh, might as well start with the beginning. The 20-second uh, suspended suplex, right? Like, uh, one thing I love about Chris, right, is that like she was pulling out every stop in this match, and she just could not put Miyu away. She busted out the 450, right? And which is something that she only hits on rare occasions, right? Like it's like deep in the bag of tricks for Chris, you know. And after she hit it and Miyu kicked out, she had this look of just complete and utter anguish on her face, you know. And she was just like, "What is it gonna take?" And unfortunately, it, it still wasn't enough. Like, uh, as Dan said on commentary, Miyu Yamashita is the John Wick of wrestling, right? Like you fear Miyu Yamashita, and like there was one point like where she just like had her down, had Miyu had uh, Chris down in a money clip, and she's like kicking her at the same time. Like, uh, and of course, like she lived up to her name, which is the Pink Striker, and ducked the discus. Uh, Jesus, Ben, a discus forearm from Chris Statlander. Hits the skull kick for the 1, 2, 3, and new Eve International Champion Miyu Yamashita in a beautiful. What was it like? Must have been 27 minutes, something like that.
Oh my gosh, I love that Eve gives all the girls the time. Like
Mm.
that is what I love.
Oh man,
Like
the Miyu in the past few months has had two of the best matches I've seen her have. Right,
mhm.
that being the time limit draw with a double
J-
time limit draw with Jamie
mhm.
Hayter, and this match
Woo!
here. Like,
Li-
whew,
Look, listen, and Mew as champion is going to be fun because as she doesn't even get a moment to celebrate because out comes
mm,
Rio and out comes Kaylee Ray to make their intentions known. And I just want to talk about this really quickly before we end because we have Eve 151 coming to us very very soon, which makes me super excited to discuss. But we already have 3 matches set for Eve 151. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So Eve 151, which is titled Beers, Brawls, and Burlesque. I love the titles for these shows. Is happening. Actually, it is happening on July 3rd. On Friday, July 3rd is when Eve 151 is happening. And so far, advertised for the show, of course, like we mentioned earlier in the show, we have Emerson Jane versus Sky Blue, AEW Sky Blue. So that should be a really fun match. We have a number 1 contendership match for the Eve International Championship. So we are getting Rio versus Kaylee Ray at Eve 151. And I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be good. But then that is not the only number 1 contendership match we are getting, Benny, because just announced as of 3 days ago, we are getting a tag team champion number 1 contenders match, Lally versus Night Sky. And I'm like, I was like, listen, I barely had time to recover from 150. 151's about to be on and popping too.
yeah. What's funny is that like Bret Hart, I feel like could sort of like tweeners right now. So like
Mhm.
I could see either of those teams going up against French Art, uh, that being Lally or Night Sky. I can see them going up against French Art. So I'm
Mhm.
really looking forward to the next one, 151.
And I love it because 151 is going to be the first show that we get to talk about when I come back from my little vacation too. So I'm excited to that being the first show back after vacation for me in a couple of weeks. So that's going to be fun. Um, but I guess the only other Eve announcement that I really have is that Eve has announced that they are in kind of partnership. Listen, the London specifically and just the UK is going to get crazy jam packed, and it is a beautiful thing for wrestling fans over there in the UK because Eve has announced that they are a part of like a jam-packed week of different wrestling promotion shows and all like literally the advertisement says go all in on the biggest UK wrestling weekender events. And so I would not be surprised if we see these Eve girls pop up in different places. So starting on Friday, August 28th, is Eve versus the World 2. So that is going to be a fun show. Then on Saturday, August 29th, you have the debut of Mystery Wrestling, and they will host Mystery Wrestling 28 from Big Penny Social, which then leads into Rev Pro's anniversary show, which is the same night. And then Sunday, it leads to All in Wembley. And I'm just like, oh my God, my little wrestling heart can't take it. But it also
Yeah.
can. I'm excited. Like, oh my goodness.
Oh, it's gonna be a good weekend. That's for sure.
Listen, and that's why summer is my favorite wrestling season because Benny and I will be here to cover it all. Maybe not Rev
Mm.
Pro, but maybe the anniversary show I definitely will cover because that's the biggest Rev Pro show of the year. And there's a lot, there's probably that you know there's going to be a lot of crossover between all the company's talents across those four shows, most likely. So
Oh yeah,
I
we know
cannot wait.
we know that Tony is a pretty big fan of Rep Pro. So
Yes. Tony is a sicko, but I love him for it.
he is.
Be like, I question your decisions sometimes, Tony Khan, and I critique you when it comes to certain things, but damn it, at least you respect us as wrestling fans most of the time. I'm just like, please. Anyways, but that's gonna be it. That was Eve 150. My goodness, I thought, listen, every Eve show has been entertaining. Wrestle Queendom was like the genesis into all of this for me, and Wrestle Queendom is probably still my favorite show from Eve so far. But damn, this is another good one that I really need to figure out. Be like, what was my favorite Eve show this year? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and I'm gonna have to go back and watch both events again.
Mm.
So
Well, while you're at it, you might as well go back and watch the
for
multiverse
real.
rumble.
I was like,
That,
all right, I guess I'll do some back catalogs.
who had Holly Barlow as Mr. Bean.
I love when wrestling doesn't take itself too seriously. We need to be entertained from time to time. And that, from the clips I've seen of it, I was like, all right, well, I'm going to have to go watch it. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
John Cena came out of retirement.
It was insane. I couldn't believe it. Oh, man. But that's going to be it for us, me and Benny here tonight at the Velvet Riot. Man, I'm excited to talk about Eve 151. That post show will be Monday, July 6th. July 6th. So we will be here to talk about those three matches as well as whatever else Eve 151 has for us, which is going to be a lot of fun. But yeah, but we still have some pretty cool stuff happening. I mean, Benny is almost done with this week. Tomorrow, myself and Benny and I will be here to talk about some AEW. We got a Dynamite to talk about. And what I didn't know until I watched it live was a 2.5 hour collision. I was just like, damn, when I saw the final card, I was like, damn, there's like 9 matches. 2.5 hours was like, all right, Tony, let me get some popcorn real quick and get myself like let me get comfortable because it's gonna be a long one.
Yeah, and they closed it out with one of the best matches of the year. So
Oh my
it
god.
was everything I wanted. Everything I wanted.
You're like, huh? Oh, jeez, man. Listen, y'all need to get on the STP hype train. That is all I'm going to say. But more details tomorrow because we're going to talk about that show tomorrow. And then, of course, we got the regular stuff as what we know. Again, AEW tomorrow, NXT and CMLL on Wednesday, TNA on Friday. Y'all already know the drill. But thank you so much for tuning in tonight for our show covering Eve 150. Please go subscribe, buy a membership, go watch the show as well as the back catalog because they got some great stuff in there, honestly. And if you're a wrestling fan that loves to see the history of a company and its talents, you definitely want to go get a membership to Eve and go watch the back catalog because it's fantastic stuff. And yeah, again, we'll be here Monday, July 6th to talk about Eve 151. But Benny and I are going to get up on out of here. So thank you so much for tuning in from all of us here at BC WrestlePod to you at home. Remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. I'll see you tomorrow. We'll both see you tomorrow for our AEW show. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.